Okay, so it was another disappointing game week for a lot of people this week, a low scoring one with an average of 44. If you could please like, comment and subscribe, that would really help the channel out a lot. Okay, so the first thing I want to discuss is Lucas Moura. It didn't really come into my thinking too much because I made that video before the United game. But he did score 2 goals, and if you do go back and look, he was on the watch list, so it wasn't too knee-jerk. The reason I wasn't considering him was because he does have a tougher run of games than the other players who are in the list, so I just thought those were better options. But then after his great performance against United, and he played really well the week before, I can't remember who he played then, but I just decided, play with him playing up front just off Harry Kane. He was getting a lot of goal scoring chances, so I decided to go for him. And it sort of pays off with him getting an assist. Ings comes good. Again, he's got some really great stats. We'll come on to them next when we talk about the Zaha replacements. Zaha, by the way, I'm going to keep Zaha. I think ditching Bernardo Silva for me is the big issue with my team, more so than Zaha. I see a lot of people talking about ditching Salah. I'm not really too sure why people do want to sell Salah. I think it might be because of the tough fixtures. If I had no problems with my team, then for this week I would go Hazard and then straight back to Salah for the Southampton game, because I think Cardiff is a really good fixture for Chelsea. But I think in the long term, I think the reason being because Salah hasn't performed the way we expect from him so far, and Mane's outperformed him, but Salah has had 19 shots to Mane's 10, and the only difference is Salah's conversion rate of 10% to Mane's 40%. So you'd think just over, sustainability, you think Mane's going to slow down and Salah's going to start putting those chances away like we know he can. And when we look at the stats, we can see that Salah's got an expected goal involvement of 3.68, the highest in the game, compared to Hazard's 2.26, and Salah's got an expected non-penalty goal involvement of 2.84 compared to Hazard's 0.44, so I think the move Hazard to Salah long term just looks like a very bad move. Also, Lukaku did really impress me this week as well, and he could have very easily scored a lot more than the 2 he did. However, the same problem with Hazard is, as much as I want them, there's just, you can't own everyone. I can't physically fit them in my team. Obviously I've got the Zaha injury that we'll have to fix. I've got the goalkeeper dilemma still. Foster with another tough fixture against Man United next week, but the defence coming good for me again, providing a really strong base for me to have points. Even the likes of Mendy and Robinson and Alonso, even when they don't get clean sheets, they're still providing great points for me. Though if injured, I am just going to bench Zaha this week and play Wan-Bissaka, with me having more important fires to put out. I have put a list together of all the potential candidates for great Zaha replacements, sorted by expected non-penalty goal involvements. Now, Mitrovic at the top, the person who I really want in my team. Ings, I've already got him. You know what I think of him, obviously. Just the other week I was thinking perhaps I made the wrong decision going Ings over Wilson, but Ings did really well last week, so did Wilson. Wilson, again, another great option. When you look at his expected goal involvement, you can really see the assist potential from him as well. Deeney, someone who I might end up going for as part of the transfer plans I'll show you later on. And although Arnautovic's fixtures look really hard, Arnautovic has proved that he can score against the tough teams, but for me those fixtures are just too hard and I wouldn't really be considering him. Okay, so transfer plan A is just simple like-for-like switch, most preferably being Ramsey, despite him being all the way at the bottom for pretty much most of the stats. I think to see how good his chances created and even his shots in the box are, considering he's played a game less than everyone else. I just really like Ramsey, and he's a player who I am considering. I considered him a lot pre-season. Still a big fan of Pedro, but I'm just even more worried now about his game time than I was previously. Anderson, again, he's looking good, but I have the same concerns I have about Arnautovic. Sessegnon, who's actually the differential of the week, Schürrle, and Fraser are interesting because if I go for one of those or anyone below 6.5, then that actually leaves me with enough money in the bank to upgrade Foster to Edison in the future. Okay, the other transfer plan is to upgrade by going Fraser or Schürrle. That would allow me to upgrade to David Silva. If I want to go Ali, then I would have to go Fraser, or I would have to downgrade Zaha to Deeney, which I'm not really convinced on that. I do like Deeney, but I'm not sure I'm 100% convinced I can rely on him. So I think Fraser is looking the more likely candidate. Okay, so the transfer I'm going to make this week, I think the one I'm leaning more towards at the minute is Fraser, and then this allows me to do the upgrade, or it allows me to upgrade Edison. It just gives me a lot of possibilities having that money in the bank. Obviously, the problem with the upgrade is getting Richarlison back in is going to be hard, but I do still have the wild card for that, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Another transfer I really like is Ramsey. I think his fixtures look great. He's passing the eye test. I quite like the look of Ramsey. And the other one is Sessegnon, so I can afford Edison. I think it's actually find it quite strange that Sessegnon's price is dropping, despite his stats being so good. I think he has been a bit unlucky to not get any goals returns, but like I said about Brooks last week, maybe the Premier League is just a bit of a step up for him, and that's why we're not seeing any returns from his great stats.